It's Woman Crush Wednesday, and we are so excited to be bringing you Smell the Coffee. You're joined by Diana Master and Aina Riza Kwe on this fantastic, fabulous Wednesday. How you doing, sweetie?
Doing great. I can't believe tomorrow is the last day, and then it's the weekend.
And then it's the weekend.
And
We're living as soon as possible.
And I'm super, super excited for that. Yeah, man. So there's a new show on NTV. It's called Africa Beyond Borders. You should watch it. Yeah, I'll give you the details. I'm not sure if it plays at 8 or is it 9 p.m. on Mondays. But let me just confirm during commercial break, and then I'll give you, you know, all the details that you need. So this show is basically for everyone around Africa. Wherever you find yourself, you will definitely see something or find something on that show rather that you could relate to. It's about us, it's about our stories, it's about how we can connect, how we can collaborate, and how we can get to the top of everything.
Love, love, love.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely be watching Africa Beyond Borders, because a lot of the times we don't realize how beautiful our home is.
Yes.
I saw a quote that said, they call it Africa, but we call it home. And we've been so...
And can they stop saying the whole Africa is Africa?
Is Africa.
Yes, the whole Africa is Africa. But if you came to Namibia or Botswana, say you went to Botswana.
Namibia, I went to Botswana.
Don't be like, I went to Africa. Yes, you did go to Africa, but say exactly where in Africa.
Big,
yeah,
man.
like
Africa is
that
huge.
irritates me the most.
I think it's the second largest continent. I speak under correction, but Africa is one of those. It's big.
That just irritates me. I went to Africa. Okay,
I went to,
where?
so I was in Africa.
Where
and
in Africa?
is just amazing. Oh, you're from Namibia? I've got a friend. Do you know him? No, sis. I don't know. Do you know how big Namibia is? Do you know how big Africa is? I don't know everyone in South Africa. I don't know everyone in Namibia. So I realize a lot of the times people abroad, especially, people overseas,
not abroad. Abroad, they know.
People overseas are very ignorant when it comes to the continent Africa. Africa is not a country.
Yeah,
it's a continent with several countries, and I think we've been so brainwashed to thinking, oh, but you know, you're just Africa and Africa is inferior or whatever. Until you start traveling, we have to decolonize ourselves and actually start seeing our continent for the beauty that it is.
Yeah,
we are so rich in culture, we're so rich in everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I love Africa. I love home.
I went to Africa.
I love home.
No,
I love
sweetie,
home.
say where you went in Africa. But nonetheless, let's wrap this up, because after the break, we have exciting stories. We also have somebody who travels all over the world on sea. What do you call it? Is it on sea? Like when you... when you're in the boat going across the
by
world.
sea.
By sea, on sea, by sea. Yeah, travels the world by sea. So, yeah, we will be right back.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
All right, now getting into our first story. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and then they mess up your order and you complain?
Yep. most of the time.
Now, this one patron was left too stunned to speak. So they basically got charged a being fee, which is basically the bad word for saying complaining, right? In the funny Reddit, this user briefly shared their bizarre experience when grabbing a few, excuse me, pizzas and beers with friends. I ordered a Miller Lite and the server gave me a Bud Light. But since she had already opened the Bud Light while walking towards my table, she couldn't just swap it out, the Indiana local road. She had to eat the Bud Light, giving it to me for free, and then got me a Miller on top of it. Honestly, there wasn't any complaining involved, so I don't know what that was about, the poster continued. When it was time to pay the $24.78 bill, the Reddit user was shocked to find a $5 complaining fee added to the check. The restaurant goer added, I wasn't even going to complain, but my friend spoke up, forcing me to point out her mistake. As the saying goes, the customer is always right, so even if this person did make a big fuss about the incorrect order, a fee for it should not exist. The pizza lover gave further context, not thinking they did anything wrong. I've complained enough in my life to know when I've earned it. With that said, I don't believe I was being that in that moment, they wrote. If you're wondering if this person questioned the server about this random charge, they didn't. I didn't even bring it to her attention and just paid and left. I'm sure if I had, she would have been absolutely mortified, the customer empathetically wrote. Of course, people on Reddit had a lot to say in response to this unexpected story. If you complain about that fee, would you get another fee? Joked one person. This is funny, but also probably a crime. You can't make up fees and then charge people's cards. It's wire fraud, pointed out another commenter. And here you are, complaining, one hilarious comment read. Another user suggested a justification for the charge. My guess is the server typed that in for the bar as a joke and forgot to change or delete it. Another person in the comment section did not show any empathy for the original poster.
Sometimes people aren't trying to be rude, ne? Sometimes your service is really just
not good.
Not good.
At the end of the day, you want a tip.
And
so if you give me a wrong order,
why
I
would
should complain.
For me, and this is just for me, I don't know, call me rude, I don't know. Firstly, if your service is slow, trust and believe you're not going to get a tip from me. If you bring me lukewarm water when I ask for cold water, you're not going to get a tip. If you bring me cold food, you're not going to get a tip. It's just how I roll. And I won't even show you. I'll just be like, oh, thank you so much. I take my bag and I leave. Take my doggy bag and I leave. Yeah. Because what am I appreciating you for if you did not render me good service? So
why am I paying this tip? I just don't understand.
And also restaurants, I think they need to stop imposing this forced tip thing. Bruh,
it should be based on, it's called gratuity. I am grateful for the service you gave me. It should not be, you should not force me. Like you're saying, that time the service is bad, and now I have to give you a tip. No, guys.
It's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory.
It should not be compulsory at all.
There was a time I ordered a medium rare steak.
And it came back
well done.
Bent almost.
It came, you know, when you're fighting with
need
the...
to use energy.
And so I sent it back. I was like, no, I ordered a medium rare. They sent it back. They brought it back, another one. Still overcooked. I was like...
Sweetie.
I was like, okay, let's try one more time. After this, if it's fine, I'll just have to eat it. So luckily, the third time that they brought it back, third time, it took 3 tries for them to get the medium. I think it's one of those things whereby it's like, well, but who really eats medium rare? You understand what I'm saying?
If not you, then clearly me.
Exactly.
So just do what your client is asking.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing, you always do what your employer is asking.
Always do what
your client
is asking.
Regardless of what you feel. Like, some things are not about you. It's not about you. It's about the person who you are providing this service to. And
I think why most waiters mess up the service is because they're trying to rush to the next table.
Yes.
So it's like, okay. The other time my brother ordered sunny side up and he got scrambled eggs. And so he was just quiet. And I was like, but he ordered sunny side up. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay, what? Because he's busy trying to get to the next table so that he collects all of these tips. It's like, just give me good service, I'll give you a good tip.
Yeah, maybe
Simple.
I can even drop you 1,000 if you're
You
good,
know,
or
if you're
500, like just
Kanye's boyfriend once dropped what? I think a 5,000 rand tip.
You see?
Yeah.
That's nice. Like, but only if you deserve it. And these restaurants do not impose, because I feel like the fact that they impose these mandatory tips, that's what actually warrants this behavior from the waitresses and waiters. They're like, oh, whether I give you good service or not,
you're going to give me a tip.
You're going to give me a tip. It's already paid for, so why do I need to go the extra mile? Like, but nonetheless, let's move on to real money news. Okay, Lion King producer Lebo M has paid his ex-wife Preeti Samuels over $500,000 in spousal maintenance. Lebo M revealed this in an urgent application he filed in Joburg High Court for an order to force Samuel to return his 1.2 million rand grand piano she allegedly stole from his rented storage facility in Sandton, Joburg. Now, Samuels had disputed on social media that she stole the musical instrument, saying the Grammy Award-winning composer extraordinaire had given it to her as part of their divorce settlement, which was subsequently made an order of the court. Now, Lebo M refuted her assertions and submitted the settlement agreement, which shows that the piano was not his, it belonged to him, and they only agreed to pay Samuels $550,000 in spousal maintenance. In the settlement agreement, which we have seen, which this publication have seen, not us here at Smell the Coffee, Samuel and Lebo M, who was the plaintiff in their divorce, agreed that the quantum should be paid in 3 monthly installments of more than $183,000 between April and June last year. On satisfaction of the payment of full and final payment of $550,000 before the last day, the last day of June 2024, the parties have irrevocably waived and abandoned all claims which either has or may have had against each other, whether past, present, future, in their personal capacities. Now, the plaintiff shall retain as his sole and exclusive property all furniture, vehicles, personal effects which are in his possessions. The defendant will retain all as his sole and exclusive property, all furniture, vehicles, and personal effects which are in her possession.
It's giving you leave with what you came with.
Yeah.
You leave
you
with
get your
what you...
550,000,
and then you leave with what you came with.
Then you go with your car, you go with your furniture,
yes,
you go with your pots.
I keep my things,
yep,
you take your things.
Yep.
Divorce done right, I think.
Divorce done right.
I think so.
And I'll pay you in installments. I'll pay you 183 this month. Then next month I'll pay you 183 again, and then the final month I'll pay you 183. And then you have
we go separate ways.
You have $500,000. However, I'm not sure if you would have $500,000 by the last month, or you would have spent already.
Because the thing with this money, hey, money finishes so quickly.
Would you prefer to get like a lump sum, or would you like prefer installments?
I actually don't know, hey. A lump sum would be great.
Give me a lump sum, so I know
so
I
invest
$500,000. Okay.
Yes,
it
done.
Reflects.
Because the problem is, like you're saying, if it comes in installments, now
then
this
your
month
uncle
you
dies,
spend
now
exactly.
You have to go buy a coffin, 20,000 gone.
You see, and not just that. The thing is, I always say, every time you have money, something happens.
Yeah.
Something must pop up. So that money must be used. And my mom said to me, you need to start looking at it as a thing of this money came because this thing was going to happen. And I'm like, nah, but why did it, like, I don't want it to come and then I have to use it immediately. Like, yeah, but I think a lump sum, I would prefer a lump sum. You invest it however you want to invest it, because the problem with installments is you won't even see the full value of that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we have an exciting interview for you. We are going to be talking all things food. We are in the kitchen and, enjoy this interview.
So our guest today, she is Leanne. Join us, Leanne.
Hello, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, so how are you feeling today, Leanne?
I mean, I'm very excited. I feel like I'm excited to get to know you more and for you to get to know me more.
Oh.
Do some cooking.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well. You're such a beautiful soul. So far as I've seen, I've been very excited for this episode. I'm also more excited for what we're making today, Leanne.
Yes.
Tell us what you're making.
So we're making a pretty basic girl chicken salad, but keeping it interesting, keeping it colorful, and keeping it healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. All the colors that they say, like a really good healthy meal should have all the colors. The
Yeah.
more color, the better,
Yeah.
right? I think I've heard something like that.
Yes.
So
The more color, the better, and the better it looks, the better it tastes. Kind of. Your eyes eat before your tummy eats.
Oh, that's a good way to put
Unfortunately.
it. That's a good way to put it. But yes, Leanne, will you tell us a bit more about who you are? I did mention that you're a model and an influencer, but there's more, you guys. Yeah.
So currently for the last 2 years, I've been working on the super yachts as a stewardess. And I mean, it's been an incredible journey. I've been going around all of Europe, been traveling all around, making good money, working really hard, but very exciting, very good job. And yeah.
That does sound very exciting. It sounds like you feel very fulfilled in this job.
I mean, I get to experience all the cultures, I get to travel around, I get to make money, I get to take care of myself. And, you know, coming from not really having much to then all of a sudden being able to give yourself everything you've ever wanted, it's just a massive accomplishment for me.
I totally get that. Like as a girl, I totally get it. Being able to do those things that you always dreamt of, right? One thing that I want to do, growing up, I couldn't always afford all the nicest Barbie dolls, for example, like the nicest toys. So I told myself one day I'll buy myself all the really nice Barbie dolls.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
It's that deep, when you can afford for yourself, some of these Barbie dolls, $1,000-something for a Barbie doll.
I mean, growing up, not really being able to get everything you wanted, like most people do, and then being able to do it for yourself heals a bit of your inner child. It heals so much of your inner child, and yeah.
That is so true.
I'm very grateful to have everything that I have today.
Amen to that. Okay, it's amen to that, and let's eat. Let's start cooking. Yeah, but first off, I do want to thank our sponsors of today. That is Kitchen 82, where we're standing today, Namib Mills. And we have a nice fresh loaf of bread. This is part of our ingredients list. You guys will see what we're doing with this. So what do you want us to start with?
I mean, we can start chopping up the bread in little squares for the croquettes.
Okay, the croquettes, that's what we're making with that.
So we're making croquettes first. Maybe what pan are we using to?
Okay, so I will we'll just grab that. We'll just grab a pan just now. I'll quickly grab a pan, then we can start with that. We need, Thank you so much, George. George is the best, you guys. Our cameraman, he's the one. But tell me. I've been very curious about your experience on the yachts. First off, what do you do on the yachts? What is your role? Occupation, if that makes sense.
Okay, so working on a yacht, it's mostly service, being hostess. You're basically doing housekeeping. Every role, every position has a different role, and you all have a schedule. It's very military style work. There's no room for mistakes. You cannot really mess up. You need to be very careful, and it's 7-star everything. So it's very high level training on service, silver service,
Yeah.
everything.
Wow.
Just do the max. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so you basically have to be on your A game, like it's
all the time.
excellent.
Everything
huh?
needs to be perfect all the time.
And it has me thinking about, you know, how people just think like being, for example, being a stewardess, oh, it's easy, you just sit there and look pretty and you just,
No.
but my goodness, it's like, it's almost like for what is it? A housewife, homemaker. You're working throughout. You don't get a break. You're just
Yeah.
busy.
No, you're 24/7 on call. Like when you're working on a yacht, especially if you have guests on board, if you have a charter boat, it gets quite hectic, and you are really working 24/7. You're on call all the time, constantly catering to the guest needs, constantly keeping them happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, as stewardess, we like to call ourselves cleaning fairies and glorified cleaners. We're like a glorified.
fairies.
Literally,
I love that.
because you need to be in and out without them noticing, and everything needs to be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it gets a lot, but there's a reason why we get paid a lot. And at least when it gets too tough, I can look outside the window and see the beautiful Mediterranean.
Oh, that's amazing. You know, I'm curious, like, what is for you, like, the most interesting experience that you've had so far on, like, during work on the yachts, that you're like, oh my gosh, if I'd not been here today, I would never have experienced this. I don't know if I would have. You get what I mean?
Yeah, so funnily enough, my last boat that I was on, the wife's owner, the owner's wife, the owner's wife, the owner's wife, me and her really got along, and the one night she took me out to go to Pacha in Ibiza, and it was my first
Pacha.
time in Ibiza. It's a
Okay.
club,
Okay.
but I just thought this was so like crazy. I was spending our day there looking around, being like, I'm with my boss in a club, in like the #1 club in the world.
Wow.
And just having a great time. Of course, the next day of work was really, really hard. I didn't have any
really
sleep. I was literally surviving.
Wow.
But yeah, I got to see a lot of beautiful places and experience a lot of things.
Oh, that's surreal.
Yeah.
It has me thinking. It's almost like you have to kind of. It's like you have to be professional. This is your occupation, but you also have to be so social, and
Yeah.
you have to be so human at the same time to
You
like
have
really
to-
relate and connect with
Yes.
people.
Your communication skills and people skills really need to be at the very top when
Yeah.
you're working in yachting. I mean, you're constantly around them, you're living on the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the charters can last as long as 3 months. So you have them 3 months with you, morning till night, non-stop. You don't get one day off.
Wow.
You're constantly around them. So
Oh,
you
wow.
either get along with them really well and you know how to keep your professional, personal relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
or you just have a sucky time at work and you're constantly
Yeah.
stressed or
Oh
you don't
my
get along.
gosh.
I was lucky enough to really get along with all of my previous owners and
Oh,
their
that's
families.
beautiful.
And, yeah.
That's beautiful, and you're stuck on the boat the whole time.
Literally,
no
you're
going,
stuck.
no running away.
When you're there, you need to, even when you're having a bad day, you just put a smile on it. If they're like,
Oh,
okay, you
wow.
can still walk, you can still clean, you're good to go.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. Yeah.
No, I really admire that. I respect, like, it takes so much resilience. You become, you develop so much self-development. Like, you become so grounded. You as a person,
Yeah.
it's a lot of inner work that I'm seeing there.
No, for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's very challenging working at such a high pace and such a high level of service all the time and
Yeah.
keeping people happy. You're not always lucky to have the nicest people around you as well, and
Yeah.
they don't always feel the need to treat you,
That's true.
you know, in a good way. But we also have training. Everyone who works on a yacht, on a good yacht, has
Yeah.
professional training on how to deal with these guests, how to deal with every situation.
Yeah.
So I guess it's all about not taking it personal and keeping it professional, keeping a smile on your face, and
That's
keep it
true.
going.
No, that's very key. Like, that is a golden nugget right there. And before we get more golden nuggets from you, we're gonna take a quick break. I think we're gonna gather, like, start up with the chicken. I almost say the kitchen. Start up with the chicken and everything,
with the chicken.
and then we will see you guys again just now after the break.
And that's all the time we have for you today. But fear not, because we'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, do stay safe and have a lovely Wednesday.